Hello, everyone. Dr. Allen here. Hope you're having a great week. I want to kind of just jump into the week. I say this every week, that I'm going to make this short and sweet, and I seem to ramble. So I'll try my best this week not to do that. Just a couple of things, though, before we get going. I will have this in an announcement or an email, but I have to give a shout out. The curriculum mapping stuff was very interesting and very good. Everyone got, I think, the purpose of the assignment. Um, AI is definitely not going to be it is a good, I think it was said in a lot of papers. I'm just going to kind of rip the line off. It's a good starting point. It's not the end all be all with curriculum mapping. It is something that's starting to be used, but really the goal of the assignment was is to see those maps. And I was hoping everyone could kind of just pinpoint what really needs to be in there or what it's lacking. So you look through it. Long story short, everyone knocked it out of the park. The papers, the reflections were well thought out. They were, I thought, again, to use the word thoughtful. It was interesting. It seemed like Gemini was the one that struggled the most trying to line up. It seemed like for some people, West Virginia standards. There were some people that had the standards with other AIs. Gemini seemed to kind of struggle. I saw that in a couple of papers. The rubrics have detailed comments for each one, but I did try to throw some comments in there just to kind of give you feedback and to let you know I do look at all those, and I did think they were very, very interesting. So with that being said, thank you very much. They were good reads. And like I say, it's not, I don't think we're there yet with AI and curriculum mapping, but everyone did a really nice job just looking at the assessments. The sequencing was also something a lot of people were calling out with the AI, which I agree with. That's what I always notice, like the order of things. So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there. This week is actually not that bad. So I'm going to tell you what next week's assignment is. I don't have the lecture and all quite up yet, so when I'm recording this, so I'm just going to kind of jump into the syllabus and show you. The main things due this week are going to be discussion 4. That's the only thing that's actually due this week. And the discussion itself actually is a quote that either edition of the Flat World Education can deal with. I kind of tried to generalize it a little more than it was. Uh, but it's right there. It's the only thing that is due. I will keep all of these up though, just in case anyone needs a little more time because of the 2010 or 2015 edition. There's some links there too that can help. But that's the only thing that's actually due this week. We're going to look at, let's jump back here. Basically, I'm going to summarize, but I think we're going to look at how schools can get stronger in terms of diversity, stronger in terms of teachers, looking for gaps in schools, things like that. Designing schools, what is a good school? Those are things that this week's lecture are going to pertain to. And that relates to next week's assignment. If you look, what's actually due next week is the action plan. And I'm going to go ahead and have that ready for everyone. So it'll be on this week's. It is not due though until next week, the following week, which is, I don't have my glasses on. Let's check it out. That means it will not be due until the February week. And then I'll also have the scope and sequence up next week when we do the action plan, because we got two things that are kind of coming up. This all wrapping up very quickly. With that being said, let me go ahead and show you the action plan. I think it's actually something that you might have a little bit of fun with. Let me just say this. I was kind of making a few little tweaks on it. An action plan is basically, ways that, you can identify strategies and goals for your school, ways to get better. Just to set the stage, I know some of you are in schools, some of you are not. Some of you are doing field, so you're in schools, but you're not actually an official employee of the school. You don't have to use the school that you're in, or if you want to use your school, if you want to use a different name, that's totally fine. If you want to view this assignment more as a utopian type thing, like there's no, and by the way, I would just do this like money's not an object. How does your school get better? Um, I've come up with 5 goals that I would like you to address in your action plan. And the way people have set this up, some people will take all 5 goals and just write a paper. And I just pull out things about the goal in each one and the paper. Or some people will literally have goal 1, address it. Goal 2, address it. Goal 3, address it. I'm fine with either setup. The main things you do need to do though is it needs to be 3 to 5 pages, double spaced, Times New Roman, APA format. And I would like to have 5 sources. It can be articles, websites, YouTube videos. That's all fine. Just some places that you pull some information from. Here are the goals. I want you to kind of look at how a school can create a warm and welcoming environment and inclusive classrooms in the school. And what I mean by that, that's students, that's stakeholders, that's everybody. So, you can address goal 1. Goal 2 is recruitment of teachers. The question actually talks about recruiting more underrepresented populations. That could be specific to, obviously, primary schools sometimes are lacking in having male teachers. We need more teachers from African American backgrounds, Hispanic backgrounds. How do we get schools more diversified? That's basically, it's a question a lot of school districts are trying to address. And also, again, that's goal 2. And also, I think I put it on there in a little parentheses. And also, just attracting strong faculty. How can we do that? Goal 3, ensure that teachers and administrators are being current on educational trends. Basically, how do we make sure that our teachers and our educators are staying current? That's a very wordy way of saying that. Not having, I'll use myself as an example, start teaching in 1999 and teaching the same way for the next 26 years. How do you avoid that? Goal 4, develop and strengthen partnerships within communities in your area. How can you do that? How would you do that? And then goal 5, ensuring that curriculum includes a lot of different perspectives. I'm going to mess it up. It's a Friday. Significant perspectives. That's the action plan. If you want to get a head start on it, in the rubrics right there, if you want to get a head start on it, be my guest. It's not required. It's not required this coming Sunday, but it is there. I will have all the lectures and all up for everyone, but this week, the only thing that is actually due is discussion 4. The action plans are ready to go though. And if I'm really on the ball, I will try my best. I'll try to get the actual final assignment, the scope and sequence activity up also before the end of next week. It won't probably be up this weekend, but I will make sure that it's, I'll bust backside to make sure that it's up a little early. So if you want to get a head start, because my goodness, with these 7-week classes, everything kind of wraps up so fast. So discussion 4, that's the big thing. Lectures and all will be posted. Everything hopefully will be open on Sunday morning, but at the latest, it'll be Monday at 12:01. And I hope everyone is having a great week. The work's been great. I said I keep this short and sweet, so I'll tell everyone I'm recording this Friday. Have a great weekend. See you on Monday. So